The best way to ensure that you're able to retire comfortably is to invest and have a frugal life. Or in other words, is to live below your means. So this can be done by doing very simple things like planning your meals, cooking your meals instead of going out, and cutting out majority of the wants in your life and only focusing on the needs. But how much more frugal can we go, or where do we draw the line? Hi, my name is Jorden and welcome to the channel. So living below our means or staying frugal is something that I think everyone should practice because it builds a habit in you which allows you to ultimately save more money and invest it. But if it's taken to the extreme, being too frugal means that our life will become mundane and probably have not much of a social life. Or in extreme cases, we are not able to enjoy life and see the beauty of it. Like this family who is living on $300 per week. So it's super commendable at first look, and working out the math, it comes out to $1.40 per meal per person. Which in Singapore, it's super hard to achieve even if you're just buying cai peng for meals. And FYI, cai peng isn't the most healthy food as well. But if you did read through the article, it seems as though they're cutting back a lot of things to keep things affordable in this day and age, where the cost of everything is rising at an insanely fast rate. The father, Mr. C, buys 10 heads of broccoli, 1 kg of xiao bai cai, and a whole salmon fish that can last them for 2 weeks, which comes out to roughly $120 per week just on groceries. And they eat 1.5 cup of rice a day from a 5 kg basmati bag of rice. But the article didn't mention what else is included in the grocery list, but if it is just this food, my personal opinion here is that it's lacking some protein or meat, but I'm not a nutritionist, so what do I know? I got to agree with Mr. C that buying the whole fish is way cheaper than just buying the fillets. But it comes with the challenge of finishing it or having space to store it. But with 10 mouths to feed, I think that is something really possible for them. So this is one of the few frugal person that has made it into the papers, and in the last few years there have been a movement called Freegan. And if you go to Singapore Freegan website, on the About page, this is what it says. So we are a community of people who try to save money by getting whatever we want for free, and we do regular meets to exchange items that we have too many of, and we freely give and receive freely from others. So this guy caught my eye because of the local newspaper that reported a person eating up leftover pizzas from the trash can. So I don't think it's the healthiest of choice or the most clean choice to make, and this is where I draw the line.
And that's the bottom line, 'cause Stone Cold said so.
And I will leave the link to the article in the description down below if you are keen to read about it. So these are two examples which are the extreme cases of being frugal, but the main point I'm trying to drive across is to not cut out too many expenses until you end up not enjoying life. Because life isn't all about money, and only this channel is. And I will greatly appreciate it if you can smash the like button, because it tells YouTube that you like money related content and they will deliver more of such content to you for free. And when it comes to finances, this is the most important equation. Income minus expenses equals saving. So what many people face here is low income and high expenses, which can bring about negative savings. Or sometimes you have high income and high expenses, which can bring about low to no savings. High income and low expenses, which means more savings. Or lastly, low income and low expenses, which brings about good savings too. So in each of these situations or scenarios, the person in that situation will experience life from a different perspective and definitely get different experiences as well. So for example, a person with high income and high expenses will get to enjoy nice dinners, hotels, luxury apparels, and much more. But a person with low income and low expenses will have fewer opportunities to experience such luxuries in life and will probably have a lower expectation of what they're able to afford. And conversely, a person with high income and low expenses will be able to invest more freely and without fear, because they are probably living below their means and will always have extra or emergency funds on hand. But when we look back at the equation, income minus expenses equals to savings, we can do a few things here to increase our savings, and with more savings, it means we can invest more into our future as well. Problem with expenses is that we can only start cutting away so much, and anything more than that, it will render our life miserable and tough.
I'm miserable.
And in the Freegan's case, if you do enjoy dumpster diving as a hobby and it pays you, by all means. But let's say we really cut everything in life, and this might mean that we have little to no social life, and as human beings, by far and large, we do need companionship to make us feel fulfilled emotionally as well. And since we can only cut out that many expenses, we have to look at income because our income is limitless in some sense. And there's this saying that goes, you can only save as much as you earn. So for example, if you're earning $100 a day, the maximum you can save is $100. This means that you'll eat nothing for the day unless your workplace provides food, which is something great. But if you look at increasing income, there are many ways we can do that. If you've got a day job, getting a pay raise or a promotion will increase your income. And acquiring a new skill and selling that skill can bring you some income as well. Or maybe hustling on the weekend with food deliveries can possibly bring some additional income to your life. And the best part of this is that once you have this additional stream of income, you can then invest it to make your money work as hard as you. And this is why we have to talk about today's sponsor, HabitTrade. We all know that cryptocurrencies do have ups and downs, and this is a pretty scary roller coaster ride. And sometimes when we have those gains, we want to safeguard it and ensure that it grows and does not stay stagnant. So this is where the sponsor for today's video, HabitTrade, comes in. HabitTrade is the first crypto-friendly global stock investment platform that allows you to trade stocks available on the Nasdaq, New York Stock Exchange, and Hong Kong Exchange. So this means that you're able to purchase your favorite stocks like Tesla, P&G, Apple, and much more on HabitTrade. But one of the unique features of HabitTrade is the ability to transfer stable coins like USDT directly into HabitTrade platform and start purchasing these stocks with a few taps of the button. So having our profits placed into a blue chip stock allows us to diversify our portfolio, reducing the risk that we are already taking on with our money. The interface on HabitTrade is simple and easy, which is something I really appreciate because why complicate stuff? Being simple and easy also means that people or beginners who are looking to start investing can use their crypto gains to diversify into stocks that hold fewer risks. And one feature that I really like about HabitTrade is the news tab. So the news tab gives me an up-to-date news and also shows me the price change of stocks that are mentioned in the news, which is a great way to get bite-sized information on the go. There is also a trending page that shows you the latest trending stocks in the market that you can look into. And by signing up with the link in the description down below, you get a free stock worth $5 when you make your first purchase of $300 in stocks. And if you purchase more than $1,000 of stocks, you'll get a free stock worth up to $20. On top of that, you'll get customized market intelligence to help you make informed trading decisions. But most importantly, always do your own research before investing any money into any investment instrument. So thank you HabitTrade for sponsoring today's video. So if we increase our income and keep our expenses as low as possible without disrupting our lifestyle, this can greatly increase our personal wealth and our net worth, which is what will bring us through our retirement. But at the same time, if you're side hustling, don't forget to take out time to spend with your family and friends, because life without interaction can be a pretty boring life.
My life is kinda boring.
Now let's talk about reducing our expenses. As mentioned, there is only so much we can reduce until life becomes miserable. But definitely there are some things that we're able to cut out from our lives to help us save more money. So something that I rarely do is to order in. So it does provide some form of convenience, but having to pay an additional $5 to $10 for your order can be pretty pricey. And more often than not, I will take a walk to the mall to buy the food. Otherwise, it's usually home cooked meals. So the next thing that can really cost quite a bit is subscription. So this can be a pretty complex topic because we all got different subscriptions that we have for various reasons. But one of the first subscription you can look into is your mobile phone subscription. So this can cost anywhere between $10 to $100 a month, depending on the plan that you are on and the discounts that you have from the different providers. So currently I'm paying roughly $30 a month for 30 gig, but it's something that I'm looking to get changed because work has changed quite a bit and I do require much less data than before. There are also SIM-only plans that I'm on which will give you as low as $10 a month for 100 gig, and by going with such a plan, you do lose some luxuries like slower internet and stuff, which personally I think is pretty okay here in Singapore. The other subscriptions will include entertainment stuff like Netflix and Spotify. And if you're using Crypto.com, you can get these subscriptions for free. As for entertainment, as the economy opens up, we might use less of these compared to COVID times because we are able to go out and we are able to have more fun outside. But having all these as a backup plan is always a good option. Personally, I think that these are some of the expenses we can reduce to increase the savings rate that we have, because more savings now will mean much more for us in the future. But at the end of the day, everybody's finances will be different because we got different commitments and responsibilities. But if you have to take one thing away from this video, it is to either increase your income or to cut down on your expenditure. So if you look at it like a seesaw, if you're able to keep things in check, it will significantly increase your savings, which will allow you to invest more. So thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out Habit Trade to get your free stocks. Smash that like button if you haven't, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.